Sorry, we haven't any rooms for you. Guessing you're the one came in off that shipwreck down south. Not sure if that's good luck or bad, but here, I figure you deserve a drink. On account of you haven't got a gaggle of children trailing after you to ask impolite questions, means word hasn't got around. We're full up. You aren't the first outsider to turn up looking for a place to stay after their ride off the island ended up at the bottom of the sea. Well, tell you what. I've got one room ought to have been cleared out by now. Only the occupants decided to outstay his welcome. Real trouble is, he hasn't settled his bill. He's a merchant captain by the name of Galleon. I've given him a fair chance, but he's been a right prick about the whole thing. I've got a spare key here. You chase him and his pals off, and the room's yours. At a discount. Ah, well. He's a prat, but he's not so tough. Smack him around if it comes down to it. But I figure a few sharp words ought to do the trick. I appreciate it, truly. I'll have someone tidy the place up for you once you're through. Chances are they've spilled ale just about everywhere. I don't want the man dead, and that's not what I'm paying for. Just see him on his way and we'll call it done.
Clario is lying to us.
What do you mean?
Our ships are gone, and the pirates root all merchants. Either he is more worried than he seems, or he is an idiot.
As you like.
How does it work?
You inhale. It isn't complicated. Ha! Welcome, my Mika. Do you wish to partake? Ripple sponge, of course. An expensive vice, but worthwhile. All things in moderation, as they say, but it will do no harm. Come, enjoy yourself. An adventuresome lass, and so, here you are. Enjoy.
Ah, a new face. You've heard, of course, that Norgund remains the most reliable and discreet supplier of mostly legitimate wares. Are you looking for something in particular? I am an honest merchant, madam, but I confess that the tools I supply have an unjustly sinister reputation. How my clients decide to use these items is not my responsibility, after all.
Don't remember ordering more drinks. Thought I'd locked that thing. Blazes. I was going to say you wandered into the wrong room. But by the look of things, it runs in the family. Try not to slam the door on your way out, yeah? My head's going to pieces. No, that's not nice. Things were real comfortable up until you turned up. Did Thorol put you up to this? You really want to get your teeth kicked in on his behalf? Get out of here before you regret it. The governor's got all his guards on high alert, staving off the pirates. So if anyone's going to be doing the throwing, it's going to have to be you. How about it, mate? Yeah, okay. I'm done. Come on, you lot. The crew of the Peregrine sails for brighter shores.
Still kicking, eh? What'll it be? Hey, good work. Times like these, I can't afford to keep on anyone who can't pay their tab. The second word got around, I'd have every pauper in the city on my doorstep. The room's yours if you want it, and for a job well done, here's your pay. Still kicking, eh? What'll it be? Moquejo? That'll be the Juana the poor fool got into a dust-up with, I expect. Yeah, I saw it. Made a real mess, they did. The two of them were having a game of cards, far as I could see. Guess things between them soured in a hurry. I kicked the Juana out, had a few men carry what was left of Rinko home. Could have been anything. Rinko doesn't know when to quit talking, and some of those Juana are real serious types. Far as I'm concerned, we owe the Storm Speaker for keeping the town in one piece. Don't mean I'd invite her people over for tea. Well, yeah. Think maybe Rinko wasn't expecting one of the Juana to know the game so well. He looked real nervous by the end. Well, no more than most. He's a hard man to like, let's say. Came here with the wife, an animancer, one of Odorisi's lot. The governor could tell you more there. Sure. Just hope you don't mean to dredge anything up again. Leave the feuding for the Blue Bloods. Didn't think you had two copper pieces to rub together. No offense. Still kicking, eh? What'll it be? Not much point to that without a ship. Come by when you've got work to offer and we'll figure something out. Folks come by here all the time hunting for work. Let's see who we can scrounge up. Still kicking, eh? What'll it be? What else? It was the glory of my fighting years. The beast pulled nearly 7 full crews into its belly before it was brought down. I was at the helm that day, and for that, my captain gifted me one of the beast's eyes. My proudest moment and my dearest treasure. I would not part with it for all the world. Guess you haven't exactly seen the prettier side of the place since you landed, right? It's the only town on the island, if you don't count Sarahuzi, little Juana village out west. Really is a decent place most days. Good trade, and plenty of money rolling in from Clario's investors. Damn sight quieter than back home, but I don't have to tell you about the Deerwood. Ain't right doing business sober. I could fix that for you.
As you like.
Fresh fish!
Race you to the coral.
No contest.
What? Just because you have webbed fingers and I can't swim?
I have many fish here to trade. I caught them myself.
You are a strange man.
Ado, begging your pardon for the mess, miss. We are still recovering from the storm. We have supplies here for the paying customer. Provisions for the road, perhaps? Have a look.
Ah, yes, there you are. As governor and under the auspices of the Valiant Trading Company, please allow me to officially welcome you to Port Marche.
I'd like to say the pleasure's all mine, but I try not to lie. Don't worry, I'm only here on account of her.
Of course. I see you've been as quick to involve yourself as ever. Quite the event, receiving one of the godlike in our little town. Perhaps it will take the people's minds off recent events. Apologies for that little drama outside. These are confusing times, and people often react poorly to uncertainty. Between the storm, the pirates, and the, well, certain strange events, we are all a little on edge. A few, well, quite a few people here in Port Marche claim to have seen a giant of some kind during the storm. I would call it a flight of fancy, but unless something has tainted every well in the region, I do not think it can be ignored. But then, the Deadfire is a land full of such things. You must have heard the stories. Why, I haven't the slightest idea. Wherever giants go, deep beneath the waves, with luck. Now, to the matter of your ship. You're stranded, are you? It was a rough landing by all reports. Unfortunately, our own ships are in no condition to sail. We've had dealings with the pirates ourselves. They've taken their share of supply ships. The storm saw to those berthed in the harbor. All that said, I believe I may have a solution, provided you're willing to help me in turn. Marvelous. You've washed ashore like a sign from the gods themselves. I have the guards on the lookout for pirate vessels looking to take advantage of whatever damage the storm caused. We've cannons enough to see them off, but I need every man ready to use them. There is a site of some considerable value elsewhere on the island. A value to the trading company, you understand. In point of fact, it's the very reason any of us are here. You're familiar with the luminous Adra trade? It's also quite valuable. When refined, it sells for considerable sums. The trading company has invested a lot of time and money into locating sites suitable for mining and processing. Valuable enough to make sailing across the world seem like a sound investment. We, and I hope you understand that these matters require some discretion, have one such outpost on the other side of the island. A successful venture, up until very recently. We sought to improve the refinement process. To that end, we hired some of the brightest minds in the field of animancy and brought them out here to lend their expertise. And then one evening, a storm rolls in out of nowhere, and my scouts begin to report that a giant has marched its way across the island towards my dig site. What am I to make of that? We haven't heard from Mestre Odorisi since, nor any of his assistants, or the workers. I must know what has happened. If Odorisi, if his work is lost, then everything that we have worked for is at risk. Which is where you come in. You need a ship, I need information. See to this for me, and I'll set half the town to work. We'll patch up your ship, and you'll be free to go on your way. Why, take his report on the situation and remind him that he's under certain contractual obligations. And relay my deep relief at his good health, of course.
I told you what happened, but you wouldn't listen to me. We could have prepared for this level of destruction. But what do I know? I'm just a priestess with prophetic dreams.
The Huana storm speakers should have kept the worst of the weather at bay. I can't imagine what else might have happened. There are wild beasts on the island, but they wouldn't have attacked an active dig site. Gillard, then we are agreed. I will assign men to keep watch over your ship. You will find the dig site on the eastern side of the island. I'll mark it on your map here.
You'll do it for the Watcher, but not for me? I see how it is.
Yes. Why wouldn't I want a pack of Dawn Stars crawling over my Adra mine in search of their lost deity? One more thing. If you should recover Odoris's notes, know that they would be of great value to me.